So good evening. Today we are back with another class on national income determination and multiplier, and this is the part 2 of our lecture. Okay, part 2 of the lecture of national income and multiplier. All right. Now starting this class, okay, I would first that is that is that is that is that is determination of equilibrium level of national income through savings and investment approach. We already had a look at the approach of ex ante and investment, isn't it? So we will continue from there only. So how we can determine the national income through the saving investment process, okay? How we can determine it from that particular point. So let us have a look at that. All right. Now it refers to the point that has come to be established under the given condition of aggregate demand and aggregate supply. So that equilibrium point is that particular point that has come under the condition of aggregate demand and aggregate supply. So what does that mean? Okay, the main important onus here is when AD is equal to AS, okay, when aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply, that particular point is called the equilibrium point, okay. So equilibrium point is that particular point in which aggregate demand and aggregate supply are equivalent to each other. All right. Now coming back to the point of discussion. So see, in a given condition when aggregate demand is equals to aggregate supply and consumption plus investment. So if aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply, that means what? Consumption plus investment is equal to consumption plus saving. So that is that equivalent point, that is consumption gets cancelled, that is what remains? Investment is equal to saving, that is that equilibrium level. All right. So that is what is the determination point of national income. If due to some disturbance we divert from that position, then we will again come back to the equilibrium position. And which is the equilibrium position? Here. Point Y is the equilibrium position that I have already discussed with you. Now coming to effective demand, okay, I have this part I am skipping because it will again explain you that particular process. Then when aggregate demand is greater than aggregate supply, Y1, Y2 at all is not desirable when aggregate supply is greater than aggregate demand. So that is explained. I had explained you last class. So we will start directly from effective demand, okay. What is effective demand? Let us see. The level at which economy is at equilibrium, where aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply. So at the level of equilibrium, okay, where aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply, what is it called? It is called effective demand. So effective demand is that point of equilibrium where aggregate demand and aggregate supply are equivalent to each other, okay. Now paradox of thrift, its reasons with example. What is the meaning of thrift? First of all, let us understand thrift. The term thrift means savings, and the paradox of thrift shows how attempt by the economy as a whole to save more out of the current income, okay. So thrift means savings, and the paradox or the reverse of thrift is how much we can save from of our current income. Like suppose if your income is 50,000, say, okay, so how much you can save from your current income? 25%. That becomes the paradox of thrift, okay. So that is the amount of money we can save from our current income. If all the people in the economy makes an effort to save more, the total savings of the community will not increase. On the contrary, they will decrease. This is called the paradox of thrift. Now see, this is the beauty of the picture. If all of the people try to save more of our money, okay, then savings of a community will not increase, it will decrease. Normally it is ideology is that it will increase because all of you are able to. Now it is according to the paradox of thrift, it is scheduled to decrease. Okay, so if we have current income as 50,000, if all of us try to save more out of the 50,000, then according to the paradox of thrift, the savings will decrease. Okay, now what is the reason for this decrease? Let us see. As we know that one person's expenditure is another person's income. Okay, so how much we are spending? Suppose today if you have 50,000, okay, 50,000 है आपके पास. Now from 50,000 you are trying to save more. आपको एक एसी खरीदना है जिसका वैल्यूएशन है 25,000. तो in order to save more money you buy an AC of 19,000. ठीक है, तो आप सेम ही दुकान में अभी 25,000 का भी एसी था, 19,000 का भी एसी था, तो प्रॉफिट तो उस डीलर का 25,000 में होता ना, आपने 19,000 वाला खरीद लिया. तो देखिए आपने अपना सेविंग्स करते हुए वो बंदे का लॉस कर दिया. सो दैट इज वाई वन एक्सपेंडिचर इज अनदर पर्सन्स इनकम. तो ठीक है, सो इफ ए इंडिविजुअल डिसाइड्स टू सेव मोर इट विल रिजल्ट इन द लॉस ऑफ द बी इंडिविजुअल. ठीक है, तो सिंपल मैथमेटिक्स का खेल है. अगर तुम अपना सेविंग्स का सोच रहे हो तो दूसरे बंदे का सेविंग्स नहीं होगा, उसका लॉस ही हो जाएगा ना. Thus, all individuals in the economy decide to save more. The income is received by each individual will be less. अगर हम सब लोग सेविंग्स में जाते रहे तो पूरा देश का इनकम गिर जाएगा, तो सरप्लस इनकम नहीं होगा. ओके, so see, when investment is autonomous, the national income, okay, national income tends towards the desirable point, that is y1. Aggregate demand will be greater than aggregate supply. लेकिन अगर हम सब इंड्यूस करने लगे, that is सब सेविंग्स में लग गए, okay, इंड्यूस करने लगे, फिर the graph will go below that. Okay, see, when investment is autonomous, that means when investment is induced. The paradox of thrift falls in Keynes theory. Okay, when investment is autonomous मतलब एक बंदा इन्वेस्ट कर रहा है. ठीक है, इन फिगर है सोसाइटी हाउस होल्ड प्लान टू सेव मोर एट ईच इनकम लेवल. सो सेविंग कर्व विल शिफ्ट अप फ्रॉम लेफ्ट टू एसी. सेविंग्स ऊपर जा रहा है, सो द इक्विलिब्रियम नेशनल इनकम फॉल्स फ्रॉम वाई टू वाई आर. तो जरूरी अगर फैमिली के हर बंदे सेविंग्स में लग गए तो इक्विलिब्रियम नेशनल इनकम गिर जाएगा. बट paradox of thrift is possible when investment is induced. In figure B we have induced investment function that makes investment curve upward, possibly sloping. Increase in the saving, not only the equilibrium income falls but also the savings decline. ठीक है, तो अब सभी लोग इंड्यूस कर रहे, एक बंदे से इन्फ्लुएंस होके सब सेविंग में जुट गए, तो सेविंग्स भी डिक्रीज होगा, इक्विलिब्रियम नेशनल इनकम. ऑटोनॉमस, अगर ऑटोनॉमस सेविंग्स इज डिजायरेबल तब कुछ हद तक वो नेशनल इनकम गिरेगा, लेकिन सब बंदे अगर जुट गए सेविंग में तो टोटल नेशनल इनकम डिप खा जाएगा. ठीक है, दिस इज द पैराडॉक्स ऑफ द थ्रिफ्ट. ठीक है, तो आज के लिए ये पैराडॉक्स ऑफ थ्रिफ्ट अच्छे से समझ के रखिए. वी विल कंटिन्यू फ्रॉम द न्यूमेरिकल एनालिसिस एंड एलिमेंट्स ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग इन्वेस्टमेंट. ओके.